Hello YouTube wheelers and welcome to a new episode of our What Skates to Buy series. This week we'll actually be looking at a new chapter, the inline hockey skates. This is actually a part of my life that I was embracing at a very early age, between 7 to 10 years old. I was ice skating quite a lot, and I also participated in a handful of hockey games. Now, just from the start, I'd like to say that hockey skating and roller hockey skating, so basically hockey but with wheels, that's roller hockey, is usually done by more advanced or intermediate skaters, at least, because the purpose of hockey would be not so much to concentrate on your legs, but to be able to use your skills to surpass your opponent. So once you face your opponent, to not so much focus on, oh, what am I doing, but rather, how can I pass this guy and go and score. So hockey, probably one of the most entertaining, dynamic, and even violent sports out there. Probably excepting boxing and other contact sports, I'd say that hockey could actually be one of the most violent sports out there. As we know, hockey is usually done on ice, but for those of you who are looking to be able to practice or even have a fun game of hockey in the summertime, this is the video for you, because you'll be able to decide what is best for you depending on the level that you're at. And first on the list, I would speak about the Mission Inhaler FZ0. Now, this is probably one of the best inline hockey skates that you could buy, simply because it has some of the best materials available. We're looking at Labeda addiction wheels that are some of the best on the market. You have a Kryptonium skating frame with the high-low setup. So basically what this means is that you have on the back, you have 80 millimeter wheels, and to the front, the two wheels to the front are 76 millimeter wheels. So this means that you are able to have a much more aggressive stance. Your feet are inclined towards the front, and you also have the 80 millimeters on the back providing you the speed that you need, and the 76 millimeters in the front that allow you for the turning radius. Now, the reason that I'm actually speaking about this first is because they are quite pricey. So they come a bit over $1,000, or even a bit more than that, depending on where you get them from. But at the same time, if money is no concern for you and you just want to go ahead and buy the very best, this is probably it, in my opinion. However, if you're a beginner skater, I wouldn't really be looking at this skate simply because of that price tag, over $1,000, and at the same time, you have way too many premium features for someone who just wants to occasionally be able to hockey with inline skates. So I would actually move my attention to something that is much more reasonable in terms of both features and also the price. I would advise getting something like the Bauer RSX. The Bauer RSX also comes with the high-low setup, so we have basically 80 millimeters in the back and 76 millimeter wheels in the front. Apart from this, it also has a very reasonable price point. We're looking at somewhere between $190 to maybe $230, so it's about 1/5 of the price of the of the Mission Inhaler FZ0. And the point is that just because you're a beginner doesn't really mean that you need to have a very low quality skate, and this is what Bauer RSX has managed to pull off with this. We have a very affordable skate coming in at around $190 to $230 with quite a load of very nice features. We have a very ventilated boot, of course not the most comfortable, but at the same time we are looking at someone who is occasionally looking to go to an inline hockey match. So for that purpose alone, I think that the Bauer RSX would be a best choice for the beginners out there. If we're actually talking about comfort, I would take a look at the Revision Vanquish. These are probably some of the most unique looking inline hockey skates, simply because they have this very rare setup when it comes to the wheels. You have 3 72 millimeter wheels in the front and one very big 100mm wheel towards the back. Now what this gives you is basically an advantage when it comes to speed. You will be able to harness a lot more energy coming out of that 100mm wheels, while also being able to retain that turning radius from those 72mm wheels. I do know that you might have the possibility to upgrade the free wheels to up to 76mm. However, from what I've seen within the specifications of this skate, the frame is actually a little bit higher because of that 100mm wheel, and what you'd be looking at is basically a much more, not harder to get used to skate, but something that is not really that natural for inline hockey skates. So I would probably see this skate for someone who either wants to look very unique on their inline hockey skates, or probably for someone who needs the comfort. Yeah, so someone like a inline hockey referee, yeah, someone who has to have their feet very comfortable for an extended period of time. Yeah, so a referee who, for example, is participating in a lot of tournaments, yeah, this would probably be a very good choice for you. Next up, we have the Tool Code 1.1. This is an excellent inline hockey skate for those of you who are participating on a very regular basis to hockey matches and would like to actually have very premium materials within your hockey experience. So what we're looking at is an 80mm flat setup. Yeah, so this doesn't have any sort of rockered setup. We're looking at 80mm wheels that focuses more on speed and stopping power. Yeah, these wheels have a 76A hardness, so they are excellent for marble floors or smooth concrete floors that you would typically find in a hockey rink. What else do we have? We're looking at a aluminium and magnesium frame, so a very lightweight hybrid that will allow you to basically fly around the court with ease. We're looking also at a tongue that is adjustable. Yeah, you can basically move it around depending on your preference, how you'd like to actually keep the tongue in order to improve your comfort. Just like the Mission FZ0, which is far more expensive than this, these skates are heat moldable, so go right ahead and throw them into the oven, of course respecting the instructions. And for $600 you've got yourself a very good skate for those of you who are looking at inline hockey with a very serious dedication. If the Tool Code 1.1 proves to be far too expensive, I would actually take a look at this Tour 3.1 that comes around $220, so about a third of the price that you're looking at when it comes to the 1.1. Moving forward, we're actually going back to the Mission. This time we're looking at the FZ5. This is basically the smaller brother of the FZ0. So this is actually a inline hockey skate for those of you that are bridging the gap between a beginner hockey skater to a more experienced hockey skater. So the FZ5 is probably one of the best choices for those of you that are looking to have a very good quality skate without actually breaking the bank. They do come in between $290 up to $350 depending on what you're looking at, and for that money you are looking at basically most of the features. We're looking from the FZ0, but of course some downgraded ones as well. However, the top choice in my opinion for those of you who either want to do this at a professional level or are just looking into doing this maybe occasionally would be the Bauer XR600. This is a high-low setup, as you can see, so we have 80mm in the back, 72 to 76mm in the front with a 76A hardness. With that hardness, you're actually looking at a lot of indoor hockey skating, so we're talking about marble skating, smooth concrete, maybe some tiles. Yeah, this is an excellent choice with maximum grip for that price point, and we're looking at a fairly decent price point. We're looking between $200 to $230. So for the quality of this skate, this has to be one of the best choices out there. Now, before you go and actually pull the plug on purchasing your inline hockey skate, I must advise you to actually search for these skates, the ones that you feel interested in. Do your research. Bear in mind that the sizing of these inline hockey skates differs quite a lot from a regular inline skate. So for example, we are looking right here on this chart, we have a low, medium or high volume skate. So basically this means that you have the proportion between the heel, the size of your heel, with the size of your forefoot. So in order to determine what size is best, please do your research and be able to measure your foot before deciding on this. So guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this clip. Hope that I was able to offer you some good options. And what can I say? Inline hockey skating is a very, very fun pastime. And don't get me wrong, some of these skates can actually be used for street skating. If you're looking at Bill Stoppard, you will actually be able to see that he was using some Bauer inline hockey skates to cruise and rip through the streets of Toronto. So I'm thinking that if you actually replace the wheels with a bigger hardness, so you remove the 76A hardness with, let's say, some gyro wheels or other manufacturer that has something like 85A hardness, you could be looking at quite a nice street skate. But again, for street skating, you do need something a bit more hard, than the shell of the hockey skates. And of course, this is why they are actually inline hockey skates. So join me next time as I'll be exploring the quad skates, one of my personal favorites, and actually one of the first skates that I was able to climb on when I was a very, very young little boy. Until next time, stay safe and skate safe.